What's up, folks? It's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome to another indie showcase. It has been a while, I know, but I'm getting back into doing some of these for you, and I think this is a pretty good one to start it off on. This is Kill It With Fire, the latest feat of ridiculousness from tinyBuild, which is an indie publisher that I have become quite fond of. They put out a lot of neat stuff, and some of it is very kooky and different, and that is definitely what this is. This is a game made largely by one person, not entirely, but most of it. It's a developer called Casey Donnellan Games, so you can imagine the name of the guy who made it. And, well, it's a game about killing spiders in hilarious, over-the-top ways. And it has some mechanics in it that are kind of like Untitled Goose Game a little bit. I probably don't need to explain to you what that is if you're watching this. But it kind of takes some of the mechanics of that, but also does something really hilarious. The concept is actually quite simple, but I've been having really good fun with this. It's pretty dumb, it's pretty short, it's not too difficult, but it's a blast. So it is only on PC at the moment. It is going for approximately $15 US, $17.50 Canadian. I hope this is coming to consoles at some point because this would be great for those, but there's no word yet, at least as far as I'm aware. So yeah, I'm going to show this off here. I've probably made a pretty decent dent in it, though I haven't actually finished it yet. But and yeah, I mean, duh. But I've been having a really good time with this. The game has a very kooky aesthetic. It's got, it's 3D, but you can see it's kind of a little bit lo-fi. Also has an absolutely fantastic soundtrack. This very goofy, like, you can hear sort of muted trumpet back thing. It's really good. It fits things absolutely perfectly. And yeah, the idea about this game is there is a spider, and you must deal with it. Yes, indeed. And, this is a game, even though a few of the more pretentious members of the games press have made a deal about this game not being inclusive because some people are arachnophobic, and I'm not kidding, that actually happened. This is not a game that's for everyone. If you're someone who's really scared of spiders, you might have an issue with this, but to be honest, I mean, I'm not anymore, but I was badly arachnophobic when I was a kid. This game is like Catharsis Simulator 2020. It really is. I mean, you're killing spiders with, well, I'm going to show you, but so we're going to jump into the first mission here, but I've maxed out everything in this mission, but I'll show you a little bit about how that works. I'm going to go in as well with a bunch of the unlockable upgrades already, so new weapons and things like that. There's literally no story to this game as far as I know. It's just there is a spider, kill its ass, and you get hilariously different weapons to do it with. So you can see here, I have all these objectives, and these are complete. If there is a spoiler to be had, that's what it is, which is why I'm going into an early mission. So every mission, you will have objectives like this to do. You only have to kill a certain number of spiders to be able to leave the level. You don't have to beat every objective. But if you do beat every objective, you're going to get access to a thing called the Arachno Gauntlet, which is like a challenge mode, basically. But the other thing is, as well, is if you don't complete every objective, you can replay missions as much as you want with objectives that you've unlocked. So you're going to see here, we got a pretty ridiculous number of weapons. This is honestly my favorite one. It is a lighter and a can of hairspray. And you can imagine what this does. You got a revolver, you got a shotgun, you got a frying pan, you got this thing which allows you to throw snacks, which will actually draw the spiders out and make them stand in place. You got a Molotov, you got, I believe that's a flashbang, you've got a gas can, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff. You can see I haven't even unlocked everything yet. There's an assault rifle, there's a silenced pistol, the balloon is a very specific thing to a certain mission. There's a weed whacker, you get C-frickin-4, I mean, it's hilarious, right? So, the spiders are hidden throughout the level. So as you wander around, you'll hear it a little bit here. You can hear them chittering. So you can either go digging through objects in the world. You can just go up to things, press the E key to pick them up, and you can look for them. Now you can throw objects as well, and you can kill spiders that way. But you also got this thing, which is your spider detector. Now you not only get weapon upgrades, but you get upgrades to this thing as you play as well to give you more and more detail. This thing has unlimited power, but you pick up batteries in the levels, and the batteries are the upgrades that go specifically into this thing. But it runs forever, basically. Like you can do that. It will run out eventually, but you can bring it back up again and use it. So it's not that once you've run it out of power once, it's done. You just got to put it down for a little bit. That's all, and then you can pull it up again. So you got to go looking through things until you find a spider. Sometimes you will find things like this in the level, which are bullets for your guns, or you'll actually find the weapons themselves to unlock. Oh, there's one. So once it sees you, it's going to freak out. So you can either do this. You can even your to-do list is a weapon. Yes, indeed. So this is a game where it's like, listen, everything's a weapon in this thing. So you can either draw the spiders out and try to deal with them that way, or alternatively, take care of this guy here. Yeah, you get the... And when they're running around and burning like that, if they come into contact with other spiders, they'll set them off too. Or if you just know that there's a spider in a place, but you don't want to friggin', you know, you need some efficiency in your life. Okay, you can just torch the place. And there is no... So, the only objectives in this are to complete these missions and kill the requisite number of spiders needed to get out. That's it. There's no penalty for wrecking anything. As I said, catharsis simulator. You know there's spiders in here and you don't want to waste no time? You just friggin' torch that whole place. There it is. I got him. You just torch this piece and off you go. That's basically all there is to it. Dead simple. You know what? I know there's probably a spider in there. Okay. And there totally is. Bye. Oh, there's a couple in there. There's also achievements in every level for doing specific, generally goofy things. Like there's an achievement in this level for playing the piano. There's achievements for accomplishing other things in other levels that I won't spoil because it is, some of them are pretty hysterical. But you can see in the upper left corner there how many spiders I've killed. Oh, I got another one because it walked through the fire. Oh, two more because they walked through the fire. And you can see here the exit for this level requires 10 spiders killed before it unlocks. Now, other levels as well have different areas in the level that are gated off. So a room that may have, you know, more spiders for you to kill, or may have additional weapons for you, or other things like that. You'll see markings on the door that says, "Hey, you gotta kill this many spiders in order to get in there." So you got to pay attention to that. Some of the rooms as well, like there's a level that has a secret room in it that's pretty hilarious. There's little secrets to find in this that mostly just give you achievements and things like that. So nothing really crazy. But you know, in this level here, especially because I have some heavy upgrades unlocked, you know, it's not too bad. But the pace the game gives you unlocks, honestly, I would definitely say that this game is not particularly hard. I have never... There's been a couple of missions where I've had to scratch my head a little bit to figure out what it wants me to do. And some of the missions that you will get, like the ones in this are pretty obvious. You know, kill a spider, get the spider tracker from the closet, get the hairspray, burn objects, and kill a spider with a book. Yeah. There are other missions where you have to do things that have nothing whatsoever to do with killing spiders. And some of those are pretty funny. So here's the Arachno Gauntlet. So you see here, challenge, kill spiders using the revolver without reloading. This can be tricky unless you know an easy way around it, and you have a time limit on all of these things. So I'll give you a little trick here on how to do this. You put these out, and the spiders are going to stand still. Because the one thing I will say about this game is that the guns I have found are not terribly great. Mostly because they're very, very, very inaccurate. Come on out here. Come on. Come get your cheesy. Come get your cheesy. There we go. Yeah. Come get your cheesy. Come get the cheesy. Come get the cheesy. Yeah. So the thing is, the spiders will run. Ah, see, I failed it because I screwed it up there. The spiders will run from you unless you have something like those pieces of food down in order to distract them. So you will have something like that. So here, we finished this mission. We'll go on to another one so I can show you guys a little bit bigger environment. This is really the tutorial level. But I like the fact that the game allows you to go back to previous levels and with your other with your other unlocks rather, to do stuff. I find that kind of fun. This game's not hard, honestly. Other than some of the missions being a little head scratchy in places, this is not difficult. You will run into different kinds of spiders in different levels. There are some that will that will, there are some that are, like there's ones that are explosive, there's ones that move differently, that jump differently, things like that. But the thing is in this game is, the reason I call it Catharsis Simulator is, at least not at the point that I'm at in the game, which is a decent way through it, the spiders don't hurt you. There are some that will jump at you, but you don't have hit points in this. You don't take damage. You can't die, as far as I know. So, unless they introduce that mechanic later on. So there's no threat to this. This game is a Catharsis Simulator just because it's just fun and dumb. So you see, for example, here, so you see there's some of these white spiders in here. So these rooms I'm coming into here, this side room and the garage, normally are gated off. In here, but we don't have that problem because I've already finished the level. But for example, see these explodey gas canisters? Yeah. See? I can stand in the fire. It don't matter. Exactly. So this is a game you really play either just to have a stupid laugh or to blow off steam. And I like games like that. We don't get enough of these, to be frank about it. You know, there's no real challenge to this. It's just walk around, look at these goofy environments, kill spiders, do stupid things, you know, win stupid prizes, I suppose. And that's really all there is to it. There's not much more to this. And I mean, I know I really haven't said much about this game, but you don't really have to, because you're kind of seeing the whole concept. It's very, very simple. But simple in a good way. You know, not every game needs to be crazy deep. Not every game has to have 7 trillion mechanics. Some games are just, hey, you know, this is a thing about setting your house on fire because, damn it, spiders, am I right? Yeah, and I think that's pretty fun. And that's why I have to laugh even more than I usually do at them when I see game journalists pillorying this game, saying it's not inclusive because some people are arachnophobic. Aside from the fact that no game has to be for everyone, if I were to put this down in front of an arachnophobic person and say, hey, guess what? You have all of this, and you have to use it to murder spiders with no penalty and very little difficulty, they'd probably be like, friggin' A, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think is great about this. And tinyBuild is very good at games like this. They have some more complicated, very complicated in some cases, very deep games. They're the publishers of Hellpoint and Pathologic 2, for example. But they also understand the value of good, dumb fun in the way that not a lot of even indie publishers do in some cases. You know, games that don't have to be complicated or ultra deep. They just have to be fun. Which is what games are supposed to be about at the end of the day. And this is that. And I have had a great time with it. I'm probably going to finish it. I don't know how long it is, but given the amount of progress I made in it in a little over 2 hours, it's probably not very long. It's also not super expensive. So, I mean, hey. And there is lots of equipment to unlock. So you see there's utilities. Yeah, there's energy drinks. You know, there's the cheese puffs. There's the balloons. It has a whole category called fire, because of course it does. You've got guns, you've got miscellaneous things. You've got upgrades to your scanner, as I've said. But you can see here missions. It says there's only 2 left. Now, I don't know if that's true. There might be more than this. I haven't actually checked the full number, but it may be intentional for you to have to go back and forth a little bit. If I was to say anything that it would be nice to see this game add, maybe something like a score attack mode or like a horde mode where you can have a failure state. Maybe it's one of those horde modes where, you know, things are timed and, you know, you get a little bit more time added for each spider that you kill. And your objective is to do a score attack thing that could have online leaderboards. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be a good way to add value to the game once it's over, because this is kind of one and done, right? Once you got to the end of this, and especially when you unlocked everything, there's not much left to do, right? So a score attack mode like that I think would be really fun. I think that's a relatively easy way to add a lot of value to games like this. I don't think this game needs any kind of co-op or online component. I mean, you could, but it's not really made for that, I don't think. But Yeah, it's simple, good, stupid fun, and I love it for that. I really do. This has been a really fun indie surprise this year. I played the demo of it when it came out on Steam a while back, and I was very happy, especially since I've been on a bit of a content hiatus lately for some personal reasons. The tinyBuild still offered me a code for it, which I am very grateful for, that they're still willing to work with me. But this game's a blast, and I've had a good time with it. And you know, if you like games that are literally just about do stupid things because it's stupid and it makes you laugh, then grab this. It's not expensive and it's so much fun. Like, look what I'm doing here. I'm pouring gas and burning down a convenience store because spiders, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's great. We've all wanted to do this at some point in our lives. Even the really sane ones of us. I'm not saying I'm one of those people, but, you know, even the really sane people have wanted to burn a place down for spiders at some point, you know? And this lets you do that. What more could you ask for 15 bucks, honestly? Only other thing I'd really like to see is this needs to come out on consoles. I'm sure they're talking about it. They must be. But this, I mean, it's lo-fi. This will run on anything. This could run on any console. This will run on the Switch like nothing. I would love to see it come out everywhere. You know, you'd have to redo the control scheme a bit for controllers. I believe this game has controller support on PC, but I've never touched it myself. Yeah, other than that, this is a great time. Yeah, it's not going to be for everyone. If spiders really, truly freak you out that much, then stay away from this, because it's a game about spiders. You know, or if you're someone who generally likes your games to have a little bit more depth. Some people just aren't into this level of conceptual simplicity. Nothing wrong with that. If you're not, this probably won't be for you either. But if you got an extra 15 bucks and, again, just want something that's good, stupid fun, this is totally for you. And it's definitely for me. So this is Kill It With Fire, developed by Casey Donnellan Games and published by tinyBuild. It is on PC on Steam for $15 US. There will be some affiliate links in the description if you do want to pick up a copy of this on Steam from another storefront and help support both my content and Extra Life. You can click those links before you buy, and a tiny little purchase goes to help me. The commission goes to Extra Life, but the tracking data helps me build relationships with developers, which is what I really use them for, and I always appreciate people's help with that. And as always, if you did like what you saw here, you know, click all the things, subscribe, like, hit the bell, and leave a comment if you've played this. Tell me what you think about it, or if this interests you. You know, if a game like this is interesting. I mentioned a couple of features I'd like to see to this that I think could make it a little better. What would you like to see? I think it'd be very interesting to know some other stuff that people could be into about this. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm not streaming right now, but if you do want to drop me a follow over at twitch.tv/pxabstraction, rest in peace, Mixer. I am going to be starting up streaming again, I hope in the month of September 2020. Not a guarantee yet, but that's what I'm aiming for as well. We're going to be doing a lot more variety over there as well. So, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of Indie Showcase. You guys have yourselves a good one. Take it easy, folks.